Hi everyone, Joker Plays here again to bring you yet another fun video using the NaNa parts that we are getting with the Lego Pass. This does take advantage of the premium parts, so if you upgrade that pass, you too can build this vehicle. As you saw in the quick demo, it does drive really nice. It is nice and smooth. It does look a bit unassuming, but don't let that fool you. This is a very unique and kind of a somewhat difficult build to make happen. So you're going to learn a lot of neat tricks by building this one in particular. Behind me are all the parts that you're going to need broken down piece by piece to do this build exactly. So we're going to equip a grand chest. We've got the wardrobes in the back, so there's going to be two of those. Those are actually in the front and back of the car, so you're going to have essentially a lot of storage. We are using the Peely wall art for doors as well, of course. We got some of the cabinets, so that's going to form the middle of our vehicle. We are going to be using a couple of pieces from the Mos Eisley build set. That's going to be what is needed in order to attach our wall pieces. And of course we got our cab structure, seats, power center if you want to build this in survival as well, or maybe your expert world. And of course thrusters to get this thing going. So without further ado, let's dive into this build, and you're going to see just how difficult this thing might actually be to put together. Or maybe you're a pro and this is going to test some of your skills. But either way, let's have at it. Alright, to get this build started, we're going to begin by putting down 4 of the countertops, the NaNa jungle countertops. They're going to be side by side and back to back. And this is going to form the center section of our cabin. From here we are going to drop a foundation block there on the edge, flush with the front half and back half. And we're going to snap another block at the end of it. And then we're going to place another one on the bottom, but then shift it over just a hair to account for the teeth from the counters. And here we're going to place our thruster. What this is going to allow us to do is rotate the wardrobes into place. And so now we have our first wardrobe in place. This is going to act as the front of the vehicle for us, and as you can see, the base of the wardrobe will stick down just a little bit further than the cabinets, but the wardrobe section itself will be flush. So that is good to go. We are going to do the exact same thing on the other side by placing a thruster in the same place. That is good to go. Take the wardrobe, rotate it once again. Move it into place, and that is now good to go. So you see our wardrobes are both in the front and the back sections, and that's going to be what forms the foundation of your car. So with that being said, we don't need these blocks in place any longer, and so we're going to remove them and now prep for doing the sides of the vehicle with both the Peely door and the wheels. Alright, now to do the sides of the vehicle, we're going to start by placing a thruster on the side of the wardrobe here. And we are going to move that till it's basically centered and sticking over to the edge to that side of it. That's what's going to allow us to go ahead and grab the NaNa thin floor number 2. So we're going to aim this at the thruster. We're going to move it up to where it's centered. And then we are going to shift it over just like that. So it should stay even with the base of the wardrobe, but now sticking to it. So from that, we're going to break the thruster. We no longer need that one in place. And then we're going to snap another piece to the end of the one that we just placed down. Move that over and put that one in place. So it should be the same. It should be flush with the bottom of the wardrobe. That is now good to go. We're going to go ahead and move to the other side and do the exact same thing before we continue. So here is the thruster, the NaNa thin floor number 2. We have that one in place where it needs to be. We're going to snap the other one in place and then shift that. That is now in place, perfect. So both of the thin floors are in place on both sides. Now this is where we're going to put our Mos Eisley piece. This one's kind of hidden. So that goes in place, and then we're going to snap another one to the bottom of it. So 2 of them should be stacked high. And now we're going to go ahead and grab our wall art. So here's the painting. I'm going to aim it to where you can just see a little bit of the white of the Mos Eisley fence piece. So that is good to go. And now we can break the bottom Mos Eisley fence piece so that it's hidden and out of view. And that's going to center the wall art just about where we want it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with the 2 Mos Eisley fence pieces. Those 2 are stacked one on top of the other. Get the Peely painting. And you see that it's barely showing there. That is good to go. Now we're going to break this. And our side doors are now in place. From here is where we're going to begin putting down our wheels. I've designated this side as the back. So I'm going to come over here, kind of angled, get that flush. And what I want to do is I want to set the tire to where it is 2 studs away from the very back of that piece, and that puts it in the right place. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side with the tire. You can see 2 studs and flush. That is good to go. Now for the front tires, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Only I'll use the steerable wheels. So let me get in position with the right angle. And you can see I am 2 studs away and flush with that piece. I will do the same thing for this side. That is in place, so now all of our tires are in place the way it should be. It looks like we have some car doors that are neat looking. And then now we just need to change the direction of these tires. And our basic foundation is done with tires. So now it's time to move to the top section of the car. All right, to begin the top of the car, we are going to start by placing a medium driver's seat on whichever side you happen to drive on. So if you're here where I'm at, we're going to place the driver's seat on the left side. If you are other parts of the globe, you can feel free to place it on the other side if you'd like. Both are neat spots. And even if you are here where I'm at and want to place it on the right side, you can do that too. That's the fun part. So I put the passenger seat on the opposite side with 2 studs in between. And our driver's seats are now in place. Along with the passenger, I will just give it a whirl. Tires go in the right direction. Turn left, right. That is good to go. So now let's start with the cab portion. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and drop another large thruster here up on the front. This time I'm going to let it overhang the front 1 stud. That's going to give me enough room to do what I need to do. So here I'm going to find my windshield section of the cab, rotate it, get this in place. I'm going to move it all the way back till it turns red, 1 forward. That is good to go. So our windshield is now in place, and then I'm going to reposition myself right about here. I'm going to do the same thing by dropping a power center. This is what's going to allow this vehicle to be driven in both expert and survival worlds if you'd like. So I have nudged that all the way to the back till it turns red, then 1 forward, and the front of the vehicle is good to go. So now I can smash this thruster, and we are going to move to the back and do the exact same thing. All right, for the back of the cab portion, we are going to start by doing the exact same thing we did in the front by placing a thruster in place and letting it overhang just 1 stud. And we're also going to get the closed cab portion of the vehicle, get that snapped and moved into place. And we're going to go all the way forward till it turns red, one's back, and go ahead and put that in place. And that is now good to go. Now, in order to set our grand chest, we do need to do the same thing, but we need to put some more of the NaNa flooring pieces in. So here we are. I'm going to get that aimed in place. Snap that, and that piece is good to go. Then I'm going to go ahead and place just another one right behind it. And that's why we set our thruster overhang just one spot. And this allows the NaNa floor pieces to go in place. And from here, we're going to go ahead and place our grand chest. This is going to give you 24 slots of storage in the grand chest. And then, all right, to do the top of the cab, this is simple. Also, we are going to start by placing some of the NaNa floor pieces that we've been using, the 8x2s. That's NaNa thin floor number 2. We're going to move that till it goes green all the way forward. Snap it, and then we're going to put 4 consecutive ones all the way across. And then to top off the cab, this is where we're going to put some of our lights. So we are going to go to our vehicle lights. Use the angled light bar. Feel free to substitute the lights for anything else if you'd like. These are the ones I'm going to use. These are going to be what's common. So now we have the light bar effect at the top of our vehicle. It looks pretty slick. And we're almost done, with the exception of more power. That's right. While this vehicle is speedy, we still like our thrust or nitrous boost as part of our build, so we're always going to add those thrusters here in the rear. I choose to put 3 small ones. Why? Because you still see some of the green all the way around it. It gives it a nice effect, plus it looks pretty sharp. So that's it. Our vehicle is now built and it has all of that storage. So the only thing left to do is to drop this thing and take it out for a spin. So let's do that. All right, we are back, folks. Our vehicle is now dropped off of the jack. It is built, ready to go. Quick test, we can open. We have the 10 storage slots up in the front. We come over to the other side, open that. We have the 10 storage slots in the back as well. Those are the 2 different wardrobes we used as part of our chassis. And then we click the grand chest for an additional 24 slots. So 10 and 10, that's wait a second, that's let me see, 1 carry the 2, that's 44 slots, not 46. You'll have to excuse this guy's math, but you know, I'm a mechanical builder. Well, yes, so that's 44 slots total. All right, so it is built. This thing's looking sharp. If you have the pieces and you wanted to add just one more additional detail to this vehicle, feel free to come over here and take advantage of the bus station lights. These things are pretty sharp. I was pretty happy that these came out. So the mechanics caution lights also look very well here on the corner. So I'm just going to snap those in place. And those are optional. You don't need them. Those do add a little bit of light in the back, but more importantly, it adds just a little bit more character to the build. The main focus was to use the NaNa build parts for this particular build, and I must say, we've got a nice little car with plenty of storage to drive around that takes advantage of those NaNa builds in your Lego Pass. So if you're wondering what to use some of this stuff for, here's a good reason. It's right here. So let's hop on in and take on up. So this thing will turn very easy. It is smooth to drive. It is not fragile, so if you needed to drive over some pieces, or you know, you accidentally hit something along the way, so let's go find something. We got a rock up here. So it is breaking the pieces, but not breaking the wardrobes. That's an important thing with the builds that I like to focus on, is usability, and this thing is just that. It's very usable. You can drive around and enjoy this in the Lego world, especially on the new Lost Isles in, you know, trying to find Colombo. And let's be honest about this build. If you drive this up in any of the Peelies that are out there, you're gonna score some bonus points. Okay, let's be real with that. They're gonna like this build. All right, everybody, thank you for taking the time and watching this video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. If you get a chance, YouTube also thinks that you're going to enjoy this other video you see on your screen. So if you don't mind and have not seen it already, please show a little love and go ahead and click on that video and watch it as well. I do enjoy putting all of these together for you to take advantage of and build. So please, if you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe. And until next time, keep gaming in your crosshairs.